Have you ever wondered what it would be like if a 6-year-old could time travel and change the course of history? Well, imagine this. A young girl with a heart full of innocence and a mind that's wiser than her years suddenly finds herself traveling through time. Her mission: to help her dad win the heart of the school beauty and in turn change the course of their family's future. Meet Lily. At just 6 years old, she's like any other child, curious, playful, and filled with an endless sense of wonder. But there's something extraordinary about her. One day, while playing in the attic, Lily discovers an old dusty clock that seems to hum with magic. Before she knows it, she's transported back in time, landing in her father's school days. Little did she know, she would be thrust into a mission that could alter her entire life, and maybe even her dad's fate. Lily's dad, Ben, is an ordinary guy. At least, he seems ordinary to Lily. In her eyes, he's the best dad ever, but he's always had a thing for a certain classmate, Samantha, the stunningly beautiful and popular girl at school. But Ben has never had the courage to approach her. That is, until his 6-year-old time-traveling daughter decides to take matters into her own hands. The stakes couldn't be higher. If Lily can help her dad win over Samantha's heart, it could change everything for their family. But time travel isn't as simple as it seems. Each trip Lily makes causes a ripple effect, and soon she realizes that even the smallest action could have big consequences. Her attempts to help her dad are met with unexpected challenges and tricky situations, all of which force her to grow up faster than she ever imagined. But just when Lily thinks she's getting the hang of this whole time travel thing, things take a sudden turn. The school beauty, Samantha, isn't exactly the person Lily thought she was. Beneath the perfect smile and the attention she receives from everyone at school, Samantha has her own secrets. Secrets that could unravel everything Lily is trying to fix. As Lily juggles helping her dad with navigating the complex world of school drama, she discovers that time travel isn't just about changing the past. It's about understanding people, their flaws, and their hidden emotions. What started as a simple mission to play matchmaker for her dad soon turns into a race against time to uncover the truth behind the school beauty's persona and uncover the hidden layers of her dad's life. But just when Lily thinks she's ready to make things right, something unexpected happens. Samantha's feelings for Ben begin to change, but not in the way Lily had hoped. And as her time travel adventures get more complicated, Lily starts to realize that winning her dad's heart isn't as simple as she thought. Will her plan work? Or will she be stuck in the past forever? Stay tuned for the next part, where the consequences of Lily's actions begin to unravel in ways she never imagined. Will she be able to fix the timeline before it's too late? Or will her father's destiny be forever changed? Lily had always seen her dad as the strongest, kindest person in the world. But now, watching him as a teenager, shy and awkward, struggling just to say hello to Samantha, the school beauty, she felt a strange mix of surprise and pride. He wasn't the confident man she knew. He was just a boy trying to find his place. And somehow, she had to help him win the heart of the girl he'd been too afraid to talk to. Samantha was everything you'd expect in a high school star. She had long, shiny hair, perfect grades, and a line of boys who tried way too hard to impress her. But Lily noticed something others didn't. Behind the big smiles and polite laughter, there were moments, brief, quiet ones, where Samantha seemed distant, almost lonely. And Lily, even at 6, knew how to spot someone pretending to be okay. As Lily followed her dad around school, pretending to be his little cousin, a quick lie she came up with to explain her presence. She saw how invisible he was to most people. He wasn't bullied or disliked. He just wasn't noticed. He helped teachers carry books, fix things for the janitor, and always ate lunch alone under the tree near the back gate. Lily's heart ached for him. No wonder he had grown up to be such a gentle, humble man. But this was exactly why she had to change things. She didn't want her dad to live a life where he always stood in the background. One afternoon, after school, Lily saw her dad finally muster the courage to approach Samantha near the library. Her heart raced with excitement, but that feeling didn't last long. Before Ben could even say a word, a boy stepped in, tall, loud, and full of charm. His name was Derek, captain of the basketball team, and clearly the guy who thought he had a claim on Samantha. He threw an arm around her and laughed loudly, cutting Ben off like he wasn't even there. Samantha didn't push him away. She just smiled quietly and walked off beside him, leaving Ben standing awkwardly with his head down. That night, Lily sat alone in the attic, staring at the glowing clock that had brought her here. She thought about going back. Maybe this was too hard. Maybe some things weren't meant to be changed. But just as she was about to give up, she heard something from the hallway. Young Ben, talking to his best friend Kevin. "I guess she'll never even notice me," he said softly. "It's fine. I'm not like those other guys anyway." Kevin, a wiry, nerdy kid with giant glasses, tried to cheer him up. "Maybe that's a good thing. You're real. That matters more." Lily smiled. Her dad didn't just need confidence. He needed someone to believe in him, and that someone was her. Over the next few days, Lily got to work. She found sneaky ways to boost her dad's chances, slipping his poetry notebook into Samantha's locker. He didn't know she had found it. Helping him dress a little better by accidentally spilling juice on his ugly sweatshirt so he'd wear the nicer one. She even befriended Samantha herself, chatting with her during lunch by pretending to be lost and looking for her big cousin Ben. To Lily's surprise, Samantha was kind, not in a fake way, but real. She listened when Lily talked. She helped her find a bathroom when she pretended to need one. She even smiled differently when Lily mentioned Ben, a softer smile, curious, thoughtful. Something was working. But the closer Lily got to Samantha, the more she realized things weren't simple. Samantha had pressure, tons of it. Her parents expected her to be perfect. Her friends were more like followers than true companions. And Derek? He wasn't just a jealous suitor. He had power. His dad was on the school board. His mother ran the local news. He was used to getting what he wanted, and what he wanted was Samantha. One day, Lily overheard a conversation she wasn't supposed to hear. Derek was talking to his friend, boasting about how he'd make sure Samantha stayed by his side, no matter what. He wasn't just a jerk. He was planning something big. He had found Ben's poetry and planned to read it aloud during the school talent show, mocking him, turning him into a joke in front of the whole school. Lily's stomach turned. If Derek went through with this, her dad would be humiliated. He'd never try to talk to Samantha again. Maybe he'd never believe in himself again. She had to stop it. But what could a 6-year-old do? The night before the talent show, Lily sat with Ben under the stars. He had no idea what was coming. He was actually happy, thinking Samantha might have noticed him. Lily looked at his face, the way his eyes sparkled with quiet hope, and she made up her mind. She wouldn't let anyone crush that. The next day arrived, and the school auditorium buzzed with excitement. Derek was grinning, holding the folded poems like a prize. Ben had no clue what was about to happen. Samantha sat in the front row, smiling, nervously, clearly sensing the tension, but unsure why. And just as Derek was about to step on stage and begin the cruel prank, Lily did something no one expected. She ran up onto the stage first. Tiny, in her pink backpack and mismatched socks, she walked straight to the microphone. The crowd murmured. Teachers started to rise, but Lily spoke first, loud and clear. Hi, I just wanted to read something really special today. It's a poem, my favorite poem. My cousin Ben wrote it. He's the kindest, smartest person I know. She pulled a copy from her little pocket, one she had made herself, and started reading it aloud, her small voice trembling but strong. It was a poem about feeling invisible, about watching the world move around you while you stayed still. But it ended with hope, with the dream of one person seeing you. As she read, the room grew quiet, and when she looked up, Ben's eyes were wide with shock. Samantha's were filled with something else, tears. And Derek? He was frozen at the side of the stage, caught, holding the papers he never got to read. His smirk slowly faded. But just as Lily stepped down from the stage, heart pounding with fear and pride, something strange happened. The clock in her backpack began to glow, bright, warm, and pulsing. And that's when Lily realized something in the timeline had shifted. But was it for better or worse? Everything was about to change. The glow from the clock in Lily's backpack shimmered like a sunrise, soft but powerful. She felt warmth travel through her hands and into her chest, like a signal that her actions had made an impact. The moment passed as quickly as it had come, and the light dimmed, just as the auditorium erupted into applause. But it wasn't for her. It was for Ben. Lily turned and saw her dad, well, teenage Ben, walking slowly onto the stage. His eyes met hers, full of emotion. She gave him the tiniest nod, and something shifted in him. The boy who once avoided eye contact was now stepping into the light. He walked up to the microphone, heart pounding so loudly he could barely think. And instead of running away, he spoke. I didn't think anyone would ever read my poems. I always thought they were just something to keep hidden. But I guess, sometimes, the things we're most afraid to share are the things people need to hear the most. He looked right at Samantha. I don't know what you think of me, and maybe I'm just another quiet guy in the background. But I want you to know, I see you. Not just how people see you on the outside, but the real you. And I think you're amazing. The crowd was dead silent. Samantha's face was unreadable for a moment, until she stood up and clapped. Then, others followed. Some students looked confused, others surprised, but no one was laughing, not even Derek. Later, outside the auditorium, Lily sat on the school steps, the clock now tucked quietly inside her bag. She watched from a distance as Samantha walked up to Ben, holding the little copy of his poem Lily had read. They talked. She smiled. He laughed. It felt like a spark was lit, something small but real. Lily felt a tug in her chest, an invisible pull, as if the clock was calling her home. She clutched her backpack and took one last look around the school grounds. The sun was setting, casting golden light on everything. She didn't want to leave, but she knew it was time. As the magic of the clock pulled her back to the present, she whispered softly, I hope it worked. And then, just like that, she was back in the attic, dust still floating in the air, the old clock ticking like normal. For a second, Lily wasn't sure if anything had changed, but then she heard footsteps. She ran downstairs, her heart racing, and there he was, her dad, Ben. Only something was different. He looked the same, but happier, more relaxed. He had a calm confidence she'd never noticed before, and sitting beside him on the couch, laughing at one of his silly dad jokes, was a woman with long shiny hair and kind eyes, Samantha. She looked up and smiled warmly. "There's our girl," she said. Lily's heart swelled. It had worked, but the biggest surprise wasn't that her dad had ended up with the school beauty. It was how much happier he seemed. Like he'd grown up feeling seen, like someone had believed in him when it mattered most. That belief had shaped who he became, and maybe, just maybe, Lily had been the reason for that. Later that night, as her mom tucked her in, Lily asked quietly, "Mom, did you always like Dad, even back in school?" Samantha chuckled. "To be honest, I didn't really notice him at first. But there was one day, during a school talent show, when I saw who he really was. Brave, honest, kind. And that changed everything." Lily smiled to herself under the blanket. Her little secret safe. The clock never glowed again, and Lily never time traveled after that. But she didn't need to. Her mission was complete, and as she drifted off to sleep, one thought stayed with her. Sometimes, the biggest changes in the world start with the smallest people, especially those who love with all their heart, and maybe, just maybe, a 6-year-old can change the future.